Ayo, y'all better sit down for this one, cause the drama just hit a whole new level. Mendices ain't playing no games. We got a full-blown legal war poppin' off after Kirk's secret attack, and when I say attack, I mean some next-level backstabbin', career-ending mess. This is not just another petty love and hip-hop fallout, this might be the final nail in the coffin. Now hold up, what did Kirk do this time? How did Mendices flip the script so fast and hit him with a whole lawsuit? And baby, the receipts that are about to drop. Phew. This ain't just tea, this is scalding lava. But wait, y'all remember how Kirk been moving funny lately? The secret meetings, the sneaky little plays behind Mendices' back? Well, looks like Mendices just had enough, and now the heat is on. Is this about Yandi? Some old unfinished business? Or did Kirk just play the wrong hand at the wrong time? Oh, don't even trip. We got all the messy details, the behind-the-scenes drama, and trust me, by the end of this video, you gon' be shook. Buckle up, cause we 'bout to expose it all. If you thought the drama between Mendices Harris and Kirk Frost was over, then you're dead wrong. This story is about to take an even crazier turn because reports are coming in that Mendices has officially filed a legal case against Kirk. And let me tell you, this isn't just some regular lawsuit. This has all the signs of a major conspiracy brewing underneath. Meaning, what we thought we knew. It's way deeper and messier than that. And listen, it's not just about Mendices filing a case. The real question is, what did Kirk Frost do that pushed things to this level? This isn't just a petty beef. This seems like a strategic attack. Because as long as Mendices stayed quiet, Kirk had no worries. But the moment Mendices took legal action, suddenly all these hidden secrets started coming to light. And did you notice? Yandy Smith hasn't said a single word about this entire situation. I mean, she used to always jump in to defend Mendices, but this time, silence. So, does this mean she doesn't support the case? Or does she know that if she speaks up, some of her own secrets might get exposed too? Because let's be real, nobody in Hollywood and the hip-hop industry is completely clean. Now, let's break this all down. This whole mess started because of a hidden agenda that Kirk Frost was allegedly running against Mendices. First, Kirk's secret affair with Jasmine Blue came out, and it exposed way more than just his cheating on Rashida Frost. This time, the drama spread all the way to Mendices and his family. And then, suddenly, a private meeting between Kirk and Mendices gets leaked, where Kirk is seen discussing something shady. This meeting took place in a public location, but someone from the inside recorded it and leaked it to the media. And bro, when people heard what was being said in that conversation, everyone was shocked. Mendices straight up told Kirk that if he didn't stop his shady moves, he'd be taking him to court. But guess what? Kirk Frost didn't back down. He threatened Mendices instead. You see the pattern? This man, who was so busy trying to destroy other people's careers, is now freaking out when the tables are turning on him. But listen, Mendices is no rookie in this game. This man has been through prison, and he knows exactly how to fight back when people try to mess with him. When he realized that Kirk Frost wasn't stopping, he took this situation straight to the legal system. And here's the real twist. This lawsuit isn't just some basic defamation case. This is a criminal complaint that's trying to prove that Kirk didn't just cheat. He actually planned an attack against Mendices. And now the biggest question is, what kind of attack are we talking about? Sources are claiming that Kirk Frost was secretly interfering in Mendices' business affairs. He was approaching Mendices' clients and connections behind his back, feeding them false information, and even leaking private business documents through an unknown source. So, you get it now? This wasn't just a personal fight. This was a fully planned takedown mission that Kirk had been running against Mendices in secret. And when Mendices found out the truth, he decided that legal action was the only option left. Now think about it. If this was just some petty argument, Mendices wouldn't be going this far. But when someone messes with your business, reputation, and personal life, then this is no longer just a regular beef. This is war. And trust me, this isn't just about business. This is a power struggle. Both Kirk Frost and Mendices are big players in their industry, and the only way to take each other down is through legal moves and hidden strategies. But hold on, there's more to this story. Now that this case has been filed, there's no way Kirk Frost is going to just sit back and accept it. And that brings up the next big question. What is Kirk going to do now? Is he going to fight this case legally, or is he already planning another secret move behind the scenes? And the biggest question, why is Yandy Smith staying silent? Because let's be real, ever since news of Mendices' lawsuit broke, Yandy has been completely missing from the conversation. Does that mean she already knew this was going to happen? Or worse, is she actually siding with Kirk Frost? And if Yandy is really staying out of this case, what does that mean for Mendices? Because as long as Yandy and Mendices were a team, Kirk had no chance. But if Yandy starts leaning toward Kirk's side, then Mendices might actually lose this battle. So, the real question is, what is Mendices' next move? This is just the beginning of the legal war. The real battle is yet to come. So, what's next? What will Kirk Frost do? Where does Yandy stand in all of this? And most importantly, if Mendices wins this case, what does he actually get out of it? We'll break all of that down in part 2, where we'll dive into legal loopholes, media coverage, and how the industry is reacting to this insane situation. So stay tuned, because this drama is about to get even crazier. So, now that Mendices Harris has officially taken Kirk Frost to court, things are about to get even messier. Because let's be real, Kirk isn't the type to just sit back and take an L without fighting back. And guess what? He's already making moves behind the scenes to flip this case in his favor. See, this isn't just a normal lawsuit. This is a full-blown battle of power, influence, and secrets. And when you're dealing with someone like Kirk Frost, you best believe that he's already pulling every trick in the book to escape this mess. But here's the twist. Sources are now claiming that Kirk isn't just defending himself, he's actually trying to turn the tables on Mendices. Yep, you heard that right. Instead of just fighting the lawsuit, Kirk is allegedly planning to file a counter case against Mendices. And what's the basis of this counter lawsuit, you ask? Well, apparently, Kirk's legal team is about to argue that Mendices is fabricating this entire case just to destroy Kirk's reputation. They're trying to flip the narrative and make it seem like Mendices is just jealous of Kirk's success and looking for revenge. Now, let's pause for a second. Jealous of Kirk's success? What success? The last time we checked, Kirk was out here cheating on his wife, losing business deals, and running around trying to clean up his public image. But now he suddenly wants to act like he's the victim. Make it make sense. But wait, it gets worse. Because Kirk isn't just relying on legal arguments, he's also reaching out to his industry connections to manipulate the situation behind the scenes. And guess who's helping him? None other than his wife, Rashida Frost. Now, let's be real, Rashida has stuck by Kirk through all the cheating, all the scandals, and all the shady business moves. And now, she's allegedly trying to use her own connections to protect Kirk from this lawsuit. Word on the street is that Rashida is making calls to certain high-profile people in the industry, trying to stop the media from covering this lawsuit. Yup, she's allegedly reaching out to blogs, entertainment news sites, and even certain legal experts to try and control the narrative. And listen, this isn't just speculation. Because the moment Mendices filed the lawsuit, you'd think every major blog would be all over this news, right? But oddly enough, a lot of platforms have been suspiciously quiet. So, what's really going on here? It looks like Kirk and Rashida are doing everything in their power to stop this case from blowing up publicly. And why? Because they know that if too many people start digging, more secrets are going to get exposed. And let's talk about these secrets for a second. Remember how Kirk was secretly meeting with Mendices' business contacts and leaking private information? Well, turns out that was just the tip of the iceberg. Because sources are now claiming that Kirk might have been involved in some even shadier business moves behind Mendices' back. There are whispers that Kirk Frost was allegedly using Mendices' name to secure business deals for himself. Meaning, he was out here pretending to be connected to Mendices, making deals, and then walking away with the money. So, if this is true, then this isn't just business betrayal. This is straight up fraud. And let's not forget, Kirk Frost has a history of shady financial moves. Remember how he was caught mismanaging Rashida's money and allegedly using their joint accounts for his own personal expenses? Yeah, this man has been playing dirty for years. So, now that Mendices is taking legal action, Kirk is panicking. Because he knows that if investigators start digging too deep, they might find even more dirt that could land him in some serious trouble. But hold on, there's more. Because Yandy Smith is still quiet about this entire situation, and it's starting to look real suspicious. See, Yandy is usually front and center whenever there's drama involving Mendices. She's always posting on social media, clapping back at people, and making sure everyone knows that she supports her man. But this time, nothing. Not a single post, not a single comment, not even a stay strong message. So, what does this mean? There are two major possibilities. Option 1, Yandy doesn't actually support this lawsuit, and she secretly thinks Mendices is making a mistake. Maybe she believes that fighting Kirk legally is only going to make things worse, and she doesn't want to be dragged into the mess. Option 2, Yandy is staying silent because she has her own secrets to protect. Maybe she knows that if people start investigating this case, some dirt on her might come out too. And let's not forget, Yandy has been involved in some shady business moves herself. Remember the whole situation where people accused her of faking her marriage to Mendices just for TV? Yeah, that didn't exactly make her look trustworthy. So now, with Kirk and Mendices at war, maybe Yandy is just trying to stay out of the line of fire. Because let's be real, if she picks the wrong side, her entire public image could crumble. But here's the real question, what happens next? Because if Kirk is really planning to countersue Mendices, this case could drag on for years. And let's not forget, Kirk has powerful friends in the industry who might try to help him get out of this mess. So, will Mendices be able to win this battle? Or will Kirk find a way to manipulate the system and escape the consequences? And let's not forget, if this case goes to trial, what kind of evidence is going to come out? Because let's be real, both of these men have secrets that they don't want the world to know. So, the real war hasn't even started yet. And now, we're left with even bigger questions. Will Kirk actually go through with this counter-lawsuit, or is it just a bluff? Is Yandy secretly working behind the scenes to protect Mendices, or is she staying silent because she has something to hide? And most importantly, what happens if Mendices actually wins this case? Because if Mendices comes out on top, that means Kirk's entire career could be over. No more business deals, no more industry connections, no more love and hip-hop storylines to keep him relevant. And trust me, Kirk is not going to let that happen without a fight. So, the real question is, who is going to make the next move? Is Kirk going to go full villain and try to destroy Mendices in court? Or is Mendices going to expose even more secrets that could take Kirk down for good? Because trust me, this drama is far from over. And in part 3, we'll break down how this legal battle is already shaking up the industry, who's secretly taking sides, and what kind of consequences Kirk Frost might actually face if this case doesn't go his way. So stay tuned, because things are about to get even crazier. Alright, so now that Kirk Frost is trying to countersue Mendices Harris, things are about to take a wild turn. Because let's be real, Kirk is fighting for survival at this point. This lawsuit could be the final nail in his career's coffin, and he knows it. So, he's pulling every dirty trick to avoid going down. But here's the problem, Mendices isn't backing down either. See, Kirk thought this was going to be a quick case, where he could just use his industry connections to shut things down quietly. But what he didn't expect was that Mendices came prepared. And guess what? Now, new evidence is surfacing, and it's bad news for Kirk Frost. So, remember when we talked about Kirk allegedly stealing Mendices' business contacts and making backdoor deals? Well, turns out Mendices has proof. Sources are now claiming that Mendices' legal team has obtained emails, text messages, and even phone call recordings that show Kirk was lying to investors and claiming he was handling business for Mendices, secretly transferring money from deals into his own accounts, promising business deals in Mendices' name and then vanishing with the cash. If this is true, Kirk isn't just looking at a civil lawsuit. This could turn into a full-blown criminal case. Because let's be real, this isn't just a business disagreement. This is fraud, embezzlement, and deception on a whole new level. And if the right authorities get involved, Kirk could be looking at real consequences. But hold on, it gets worse. See, while all this drama is going down, everyone is looking at Rashida like, girl, what do you know? Because here's the thing, Kirk has been involved in so many shady deals over the years, and somehow Rashida always plays innocent. She always acts like she's clueless about what's going on behind the scenes. But let's be real, how is that even possible? You're telling me that Kirk was running around stealing business deals, lying to investors, and funneling money into secret accounts, and Rashida never noticed anything suspicious. See, here's what's really interesting. Mendici's legal team is reportedly demanding financial records from Kirk and Rashida. And that's when things get real messy. Because if Rashida's name is anywhere on those accounts, or if she benefited from any of Kirk's shady dealings, she could be in legal trouble too. And let's not forget, Rashida is already trying to silence the media and protect Kirk from the lawsuit. So, why is she working so hard to shut things down? Is it because she's trying to protect her husband? Or is it because she's hiding her own involvement? Because if Rashida knew about any of this, she's not just a victim, she's a part of the scheme. Now, while Kirk and Mendices are fighting this legal war, the entire hip-hop industry is watching closely. And guess what? People are already taking sides. Word on the street is that several love and hip-hop stars are secretly siding with Mendices because they've been waiting for Kirk to get exposed. And some of the names involved might shock you. Lil Scrappy is reportedly keeping his distance from Kirk because he doesn't want to be dragged into this mess. Chaotic was allegedly overheard saying that Kirk brought this on himself. Yandy Smith is still silent, which is making people question her loyalty to Mendices. DJ academics and other bloggers are starting to pay attention, which means the story is getting bigger. But guess who's still standing with Kirk? Stevie J. Yup, Stevie J, the king of shady business deals and messy relationships, is reportedly one of the few people still defending Kirk. And let's be real, that doesn't make Kirk look any better. So, here's the big question. If Mendices wins this case, what does that mean for Kirk? Well, let's break it down. If the lawsuit goes in Mendici's favor, Kirk could be forced to pay a huge settlement. We're talking millions of dollars in damages because Mendici's legal team is arguing that Kirk's actions caused major financial losses. But that's not even the worst part. If authorities decide that Kirk committed fraud, embezzlement, or other financial crimes, he could face criminal charges. And let's be real, if Kirk gets arrested over this, his career is done. No more love and hip-hop, no more business partnerships, no more influence in the industry. And if Kirk goes down, what happens to Rashida? If Rashida was involved in any way, her businesses could suffer too. Her entire boss chick brand is based on being independent and successful, so if it comes out that she was covering up Kirk's shady deals, her credibility is gone. Now, here's where things get really crazy. Because if Kirk starts to lose this case, guess what he's probably going to do? Start snitching. Yup, if Kirk realizes that he's going down, he might start exposing other industry figures who have been involved in similar shady deals. Because let's be real, Kirk isn't the only one who's been making backdoor business moves. There are plenty of other reality TV stars, hip-hop managers, and industry insiders who have done similar things. So, if Kirk gets desperate, he might start throwing other names under the bus to save himself. And trust me, some big names could get exposed if that happens. Right now, all eyes are on the next court hearing because that's when we'll find out if Kirk's countersuit is even legit. If the judge throws out Kirk's case, that means Mendices will have a clear path to win. But if Kirk manages to fight back, this case could drag on for months or even years. And the longer it goes on, the more secrets are going to come out. So, here are the big questions we're waiting to see answered. Will Kirk actually face criminal charges, or will he escape with just a financial loss? Will Rashida's name come up in this mess, and if so, what will that mean for her brand? Is Yandy really staying silent, or is she working behind the scenes to protect herself? And most importantly, if Kirk gets desperate, who else is he going to expose? Because trust me, this case is far from over, and the fallout is going to change the industry forever. This situation is getting crazier by the minute, and trust me, more shocking details are about to drop. Do you think Kirk can actually escape this mess, or is this the end of the road for him and Rashida? And if he starts snitching, who do you think he's gonna expose first? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next update, because this drama is far from over.